In recent years, artificial intelligence has made huge gains in capabilities and simplicity of use, with the advent of programs such as ChatGPT and Midjourney allowing anyone to create essays, paintings, and other material forms. ChatGPT appears to be a game changer in terms of technology, but will ChatGPT replace you? Thanks to machine learning and massive volumes of data, it interacts with people in an extraordinarily lifelike manner. However, this OpenAI created model does far more than merely hold virtual discussions. It can generate material such as poetry or term papers, debug code, answer questions, and do many other things. This is a noteworthy development. On a human level, though, it is deeply concerning, particularly regarding job security. What will you do for a living if technology advances to the point that it can execute your work as well as or better than you? Most people have spent their entire careers in one industry. Is it expected that they all become carpenters or massage therapists? And if that's the case, won't the competition for such slots be fierce? How will we get by? The mere concept is enough to set off a panic attack. But take it easy, breathe into a paper bag if necessary. Things are not as bad as they appear. You'll be just fine. Airplanes have a complicated autopilot system primarily handled by computers during flight, but pilots are present to see it and tune the computer's controls as needed. Given enough time, technology will eventually take over your existing role. However, this seems unlikely to happen very quickly. Machine learning and artificial intelligence are still in their infancy, and by the time the machines take over your work, you will be retired. And before that happens, the power of technologies like ChatGPT will allow you to perform your duties significantly more efficiently and successfully. ChatGPT and related programs will undoubtedly revolutionize the way SEO professionals work. However, in the world of search engine optimization, the only constant is change, and it's already being used by some industry professionals. ChatGPT has a lot of possibilities, from keyword research and planning to content creation and reporting, but it doesn't imply that it'll be after your employment. Regardless of how powerful AI-powered programs get, they will never be human, which means that they'll never have our creative capacity or mental quirks. Current AI systems require guided training from humans and human input to learn, limiting their awareness of content and recent events and making human work a critical component of how they function. Human fact-checkers are also required, not to mention that Google now deems AI-generated content to violate its policies. However, using anti-AI detection methods is not without risk. Most businesses serious enough to hire an SEO consultant should not be ready to risk being identified as spam. Programming is a popular and frequently rewarding job choice. However, one important aspect that keeps cropping up in ChatGPT conversations is its ability to write code. Imagine writing new code without ever forgetting a decimal or closing bracket. It appears to be a home run. Furthermore, ChatGPT has demonstrated the ability to pass certification exams, which may raise the bar for entry-level jobs and make it more difficult for junior developers to get roles. There's just one problem. The OpenAI chatbot is still incapable of writing sophisticated code. Sure, according to industry experts, it can handle "Hello World" and HTML, but figuring out more complicated applications is still a long way off. There's also the fact that ChatGPT was prohibited by Stack Overflow after it was discovered to be incorrectly answering questions. That's not to say that it won't have an impact on programmers' work. As a chatbot and others like it learn and develop, they will gradually replace the requirement for boilerplate code, such as generic functions, quality assurance, and debugging existing code. As a result, human developers can focus on more complex architecture. AI programmers may create new employment in the area, such as code prompt executors and developer advocates. In addition to speeding coding and decreasing waste, and this extra programming capacity will almost certainly create new programming careers that no one has considered. If Moore's Law has taught us anything, technological progress is exponential, and for every job door that closes, several others will open. Keep an open mind and continue to learn. As a writer, you might expect this to be of significant personal importance to me. What are those who rely on written word like you gonna do when ChatGPT and others can develop a better, snappier, and more effective headline in less time? When computers were spitting out unintelligible dialogue, as in Sunspring, a 2016 short film created entirely by AI, this wasn't much of an issue. Then there was ChatGPT. A search for the narrative of a horror film involving a haunted pocket watch yielded a rather cohesive and intriguing summary. This means that even creative writing efforts could be jeopardized. The best way is to bring your personal touch to your work. Then nothing can take your job away. According to Microsoft's chief economist, there are also concerns that AI tools can be bad in the wrong hands. AI will cause real damage if it falls into the wrong hands. During a World Economic Forum panel on Wednesday, Michael Schwartz stated that he believed AI might cause significant harm if employed by persons such as spammers who attempted to disrupt elections. "I'm confident that bad actors will use AI, and yes, it will cause real damage," Schwartz remarked at the Geneva Forum. The remarks come as Microsoft fueled a new wave of interest in AI in recent months by making a multi-year, multi-billion-dollar commitment to ChatGPT developer OpenAI, as well as integrating AI into its portfolio of products such as Bing and Office to offer a new challenge to Google. Despite Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella's optimism about the opportunity AI brings, claiming that the technology would create more jobs and make existing ones more productive, concerns about advanced AI have grown despite its substantial hazards. Concerns that AI could replace human employees have grown as ChatGPT technology expands, with one concerned user asking ChatGPT what jobs it felt AI could take over. While some governments rush to adopt ChatGPT and comparable artificial intelligence systems, others are tightening regulations, and others have outright prohibited their usage. While the effectiveness of such restrictions is debatable, below are some of the countries that have already imposed a ban on ChatGPT. At the time of writing, ChatGPT is practically prohibited by the governments and ruling parties of 7 nations. The following are the countries: Russia, China, and North Korea, Cuba, Iran, Syria, and Italy. Some countries block the program because of privacy concerns, while others, most notably North Korea, China, and Russia, allege that the United States would utilize ChatGPT to spread misinformation. Italy was the first Western and European country to outlaw ChatGPT, prompting concerns over whether other Western countries will follow suit. It was banned after the country's data protection authorities demanded that OpenAI stop processing data from Italian residents, arguing that ChatGPT violated the European General Data Protection Regulation, the GDPR. However, the prohibition may be temporary, with Italian officials suggesting that if OpenAI can bring ChatGPT back into compliance with GDPR, the suspension will be lifted. Many IT experts were concerned about AI's rapid development. Hundreds of people, including Elon Musk, have called for a 6-month freeze on advanced artificial intelligence development, warning of an out-of-control race to develop and deploy new systems. A well-known artificial intelligence expert said 6 months was insufficient and that we need to shut it all down. It's not only the professionals, polls consistently reveal a high level of dissatisfaction with AI. Examples of ChatGPT expressing terrifying things are undoubtedly ineffective, but those concerns make sense against the backdrop of a weak economy and a mistrust of big tech. According to Goldman Sachs, AI systems could affect 300 million full-time employees, whereas earlier technical developments such as automation disproportionately impacted manual labor. AI threatens to disproportionately affect white-collar workers despite fears of a credit crunch on Main Street and layoffs at companies such as Disney, Salesforce, Meta, and others. Then there's big tech's role in all of this. AI has been dubbed the next transformational technology, comparable to the invention of the internet or television. However, there are parallels with social media, and we've all seen how it has turned out. ChatGPT and other programs that pursue artificial intelligence through machine learning and massive data sets can be wonderful resources. They have huge promise for reducing or eliminating many tedious day-to-day tasks, and we've already embraced this technology in other areas of our life. Just consider the popularity of Alexa and Siri or any of the brands of robot vacuums that thousands of people have effortlessly adopted into their lives. Why not expect that smarter machines would make our jobs easier as well? They will, after all. Some industries are more likely than others to be supplanted by machines in the coming years or decades. These include receptionists, numerous customer service occupations, and transportation vocations such as taxi drivers, truck drivers, and soldiers. There are also legitimate concerns about how unethical persons or businesses can abuse AI systems like ChatGPT, from college students cheating to forged scientific abstracts. Whether AI systems create harm is heavily dependent on how we use them. Some employers may be more eager to use AI to decrease costs than others. However, there will certainly be opposition due to questions of honesty, ethics, and politics. One thing is certain, they will compensate for every position they eliminate by generating new opportunities and industries. Don't worry about what ChatGPT might entail for your career just yet. For more such videos, subscribe to our channel.